In the next 10 minutes, I'm gonna show you exactly how to 10x your viewership on YouTube. I'm not talking about BS strategies that you hear all the time either. I'm talking about things I've done to turn my dead YouTube channel into 150,000 subscribers, and strategies that have helped me to grow my clients' channels by a huge amount. But listen, we don't have a lot of time, so let's get straight into it. First things first, you need to stop overthinking your videos. I'm serious. In the past, I've spent way too much time overthinking my videos, preventing myself from actually creating content because I want everything to be perfect. I mean, if you can think of a guide on how to improve your packaging, how to improve your retention, your ideation, anything, I guarantee I've probably watched it. I came to realize that while I was supposed to be writing content, I was filling that time with learning about YouTube. But if I'm spending 3 or 4 hours watching guides about how to grow on YouTube, I probably should have just spent that time writing or filming or editing instead. Listen, there's videos out there like this one, I promise, that are super valuable and they'll teach you a ton. But there's also just a lot of repetition in watching the same videos over and over and over again. That is overthinking. It's not getting you any closer towards your goals. What might give you some solace in this is that typically the people who overthink the most are the most intelligent, the brightest people, but it also does hold you back. So you do need to stop overthinking every single thing about your YouTube videos and just focus on creating. Because your definition of trying to create the perfect video is never gonna work out. The only thing that actually works for creating the perfect video is doing it over and over again until you find out what resonates with your audience. Okay, great. So you've stopped overthinking. That's fantastic. But what should you do instead? Because I guarantee that if you don't replace that habit with something else, you're just going to go straight back to it. So what I'm going to show you is a simple 3-step formula to help you get views. But before we get into that, I want to make a quick assumption about you. The fact that you clicked this video tells me that you do like quick, easy solutions to getting views on YouTube. And listen, they definitely exist. There's guides out there that can teach you how to get 1 million views in 15 minutes. But the hard truth is that most of those views you can get that are very quick. Most of the views you can get from platforms like YouTube Shorts, for example, they're not going to last a while. They're not going to stick around with your brand, with your content, and support your products. So this 3-step process is designed to get you long-term superfans on YouTube, not just quick views. And down the line, that will 10x your viewership because each viewer will stick around for the next upload. So here it is. Number 1, you need to build out your value prop. I'm sure you've heard other creators tell you that you need to pick a niche when you're creating content. And yeah, you do need to focus your content a little bit more, but I don't think that's the entirely right way to look at things. If you look at the biggest channels in the world, like the Ryan Trahans, the Mark Robers, the Veritasiums of the world, they have categories that they fit into and categories that they dominate, but not specific niches that they try and squeeze themselves into every single week. You don't need a core niche for your channel. You just need some sort of core framework or one-liner that describes what you do. Something that'll help the algorithm to find your audience. So here's what you need to do. I call it the bullseye framework. Start by thinking about some of the videos that you want to make, or even better yet, some of the videos that have done well on your channel. Look for common themes between those videos or any threads you can pull that line them up somehow. So for example, your category could be something like science, but we still need to go a layer deeper. So let me show you how to do that. Science is really broad, right? There's a lot of different types of videos that fit into that category. So I'm sure that there's another subcategory of science that describes what you'd want to create. Maybe it's chemistry, for example. That would be what we call the subcategory, but again, you can go even another layer deeper. Veritasium's made chemistry videos in the past, so has Mark Rober, and so has Niall Red. But what makes Niall Red different from the other science creators? What's his unique twist? That's what's at the center of this bullseye. So if we're looking at Niall Red, for example, his channel is doing chemistry experiments. So if we were to look at his bullseye, he would have the widest one being educational content, the category being science, the subcategory being chemistry, and the center core being chemistry experiments. That's how you find your bullseye. That's exactly what you need to do. Go through on your channel and figure yours out. Next, you need to figure out what types of videos you're going to make. I can make this really fast for you. There's 3 types of videos. There's timely videos, there's experimental videos, and there's evergreen videos. Timely videos are self-explanatory. If you're talking about current events or something happening right now, it's timely. Experimental videos are videos that are meant to set the trend or reach a wider audience of people to grow your brand. And evergreen videos are the bread and butter of your channel. Videos that will last for years to come and keep getting views month after month. If you make timely or experimental videos, a lot of those views will come within the first week or the first month. But if you're making evergreen content, it might take a couple months for those evergreen 100,000 views to come in. But after the few months, it'll keep going and getting more and more and more and more views for years. So your goal is to create a balance of evergreen content and experimental content. The experimental content should test new formats. Once you find one that works, turn it into an evergreen format and keep recreating formats that have worked again and again. My favorite balance for new channels or channels that are trying to grow is to do 50-50 experimental or timely and the other half evergreen. And last but not least, we need to take more time to think about your packaging. Because YouTube is a click and watch platform. Everyone who watches your videos has to decide to watch your videos. And the packaging is what's going to help them make that choice. So we want to encourage them to click our videos over everyone else's competition. Let me show you how to do that. Your title needs to be crystal clear. To simplify titles, I like to frame them around problems and solutions. So with every video, I recommend you write out a list of problems that your video solves and use that to build your titles. To figure out how to title your video, I would take the problems that you're solving, paste them into YouTube search, and look for outliers. These are high-performing videos based on the channel's average, and by entering that search in, what you're gonna see are outliers that are talking about your content topic that you can build your video around. Try to use a few videos for reference so that you're not just directly copying other creators. And remember to keep your title short, under 55 characters. Now for your thumbnail, you want to make sure that you have 2 to 3 elements in your thumbnail, a lot of contrast, and that all of the elements in your thumbnail are large enough to be seen on mobile. I like to shrink down my Canva or my Photoshop image so I can see what it's going to look like when I do post it on YouTube. And then the last step, take your title and thumbnail, put it into wouldyu.click to see how it stacks up to other thumbnails on the homepage. This platform takes recent high-performing videos on YouTube and puts your video up against it to see how it's going to stack up. That way you can see if it's really going to stand out against the competition. And if it isn't, you need to go back to the drawing board. But zooming out, the steps to 10x your viewership are actually really simple. Number 1, you need to build your value prop. Number 2, you need to balance out your content types and focus on evergreen videos. And number 3, you need to take more time on packaging. This has nothing to do with your videos, just how you're advertising them. But the fact of the matter is that most of us spend a lot of time on our videos already. The biggest focal point, the thing that we overlook, is getting people to click. So by following these steps, you'll definitely be able to 10x your viewership, just with these 10 minutes of tips. Now, if you're looking to grow your YouTube channel, I have something for you. Over the last few years, I've worked with over a dozen creators to help them scale their channels, to make content easy, and help them earn more revenue. But my time was limited and I wanted to help more people, so I launched something called Launchpad. This community is built to be the most valuable place to learn YouTube and start seeing results. By joining, you'll unlock weekly live streams, feedback on your content, tools to help you get started, and courses showing you all of my best strategies. If you want to get started and start scaling, head down to the description below. If you sign up for a yearly membership before the end of 2025, I'm throwing in a free 90-minute one-on-one session with me to help grow your YouTube channel. And if you want more detailed tips on how to keep growing your channel, check out this video right here.